Hi
Hey,
everyone. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's get this party started. So, welcome to the Soapwire podcast brought to you by the TV Cave. So, this is where you'll get our thoughts, me and Neen's thoughts on our stories. So, I am Ashley Sheree, and this is
hey, y'all, it's your girl Denise.
Let's get it started, girl. So, of course, we always start with the breaking news. Like, I didn't really see anything. You mentioned Tony Geary's like episode as well. So I believe that's coming on New Year's Day, a rebroadcast. I do also feel like a lot of people were still like thinking a lot about just like Tony's death in general, which
Mhm.
is like, I mean, I kind of felt like everything stopped and
Yeah, it did. It did. It did. And I feel like he got a lot of recognition outside of just the soap world,
uh,
which I really appreciated too. Like it was a
yeah.
lot of like,
Did you see the View? Whoopi Goldberg mentioned him, and I was like, but that is. I was kind of like, oh snap, but I was like, Ashley, that is a part of their time. Like,
yeah.
so like, of
Can't
course she
say
would
Luke
know.
without Laura,
Yeah,
like the defining like super couple for people like soap operas in general. And then
hmm
like Anthony Geary, Luke as an actor himself,
yeah,
was like I remember they were on they did a Luke well Anthony Geary did like a guest role on All in the Family, but he was Luke. He was on Roseanne, Luke. Like
yeah. I
it's
remember that Roseanne episode. Him and Jeannie Francis, they did
yes.
that. Oh wow, yeah,
So like it's tied into so many things. And then that's also an era where soap operas were bussing.
yeah. It was so
Everybody
good.
watched soaps.
Yeah. Like, oh my God. Yeah, they were, I think they are so intertwined in like pop culture. Just
Yes. Yes.
not stories, not soap opera culture, like pop culture. And that's a rarity to like find, you know? So wow, yeah, I forgot he was in Roseanne. I remember the both of them popping up and they was at their
It was a
diner.
diner. Hmm.
Yep, that wow, unlock the memory, girl. So yeah, like Tony, Gary, and then also just like I feel like everyone past and present had some sort of acknowledgement to him who was on the stories too as well. Like
Yeah.
even Julie, former Lulu, the first, Lulu that had stories, she even, posted something, of course Jeannie Francis had an interview and she said something as well. It's over 2 weeks and we're still talking about Anthony Gary, and that's just because like he was iconic. And I also heard of like, what a great actor he was, how he took Jonathan Jackson and Julie like under his ring, and he was very well respected. So, always rest in peace to Anthony Tony Gary. I feel like he just really cemented the soap opera story history, like they changed ish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree. I agree.
So moving right on along to Beyond the Gate. See, I don't know if y'all saw I was about to slip BTG because of them bees, but we're gonna start off talking. So the top of the week, they started off with just Anita needing more tests, and I was just like, Lord, it's gonna happen. Like you just know it's gonna happen, and she's keeping it a secret. She's getting that biopsy.
Yeah.
I do feel like they're handling it with so much care. Like I think it's gonna be very responsibly done.
I think so too, even when it comes down to the type of breast cancer, like, and just the impact on African American women overall.
Yep.
Like, I think it's going to be very respectfully done.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you have a black woman, Michelle Valjean, and Sheila Duckworth and NAACP behind this as well. So I do feel like they're going to do it some justice. But even how they did the scenes was literally amazing as well. Just kind of like zoning in on her face, her arm is up, taking it just feels like so much was said when nothing was said. Like
How you said that?
I just felt like you felt it all. You know what I'm saying? And maybe because of my own personal connection, I felt it even like more deeper as well too.
Yeah.
So I am excited and sad at the
Yeah.
same
And
time.
I was gonna mention that too, as far as like it being a trigger warning, like
Mm,
making sure that we're taking care of ourselves,
yep.
that some of the things that's gonna be said, some of the things that's gonna be gone over
Mm-hmm.
may be a lot.
Yes.
So making sure that yes, it's a show, but it's
Mm-hmm.
also a lot of realistic things that can be felt.
Yes.
Sure
Oh
that
my
you
God.
take time for
Yes.
yourself too.
Yeah. And I'm like, it just made me think like this is why I've always just been always like into soaps. I feel like, our generation as well, where we grew up on it was still current event storylines that were happening, which I do feel often times now that they don't really do that as much. And I feel like it's so missed. Even I'll go with Bold and Beautiful. They had some current event storylines because grooming is like huge, but they didn't utilize that. And I think like that's what people want. We want to hear things that are also going on, and you want it to be handled with so much care. I
Yes.
I feel like BTG will be the actual soap that will handle it with care. I gotta give days, sometimes too, they handle things with care too. So if they're doing current event stuff, it just really depends. So I'm excited about that. We'll talk more about Anita because you know what happened at the end of the week, but we're not there yet. So also talking about Haley and her old partner, Lynette. So Haley Val, whichever you wanted to. I want to know what her real name is.
Hey, Val.
And she lying to her too. I want to know what the good sis or the bad sis, what is your real name? I also feel like there's so much more to discover about Haley. Like,
Hmm.
cause we don't know her name, we don't know her family besides Brandy. We really don't know anything about her besides her being a scammer. So yeah, we will see. What do you think about Lynette though?
I feel like you could tell that Haley did not trust her
Yeah.
because that was the reason why she continued doing. I love my husband. I'm out
Turned
that.
a new leaf.
Yes, because I feel like she's very like fearful of Lynette tricking on her,
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
especially
Exactly.
when Lynette was like, y'all left me high and dry, and it's crazy. Y'all in the same city with each other. Like love this. No,
Now, what's going on between y'all? Like, let's be like for real right now.
exactly. And Randy Sammy, he asked her straight up, Randy Sammy, because we ain't forget. He laughed
Yeah.
about his name.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's true too. So what is your name too? I think his name really is
I
Randy
think
though.
it's Randy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Haley Val leaves a lot to be desired. So I really don't know there. Also, Vernon, I think, oh my goodness, why am I really starting to really like just like when Vernon goes and visits like Danny and Andre? Like
That was really nice.
I just
And I think it's because one thing that we touched on, like February when the show first premiered,
Mhm.
was the dynamic of family and how they really show those family units and those family connections and relationships. And from them doing pop-ins, because you would do a pop-in in a regular family,
You
like,
would.
hey, how y'all doing? Let's have a conversation. Let's talk. Like they take the time to check in on screen.
Hmm. And we were supposed to see stuff like that.
Yes, like even Danny and Nicole's
Lunch date.
conversation in Uptown. Oh,
I love
that
when they
was
get them
such a
together.
yes, that was such a sister conversation. Like it
Hmm.
literally made me like, oh, this how me and sister gonna be like when we get older. 'Cause it was like spill the tea. You was
Yeah.
with the man.
A
Like,
picnic date, girl.
I thought that was so nice and so realistic.
It is like yeah, I love I love their scenes. I love when they're together. It just flows naturally. And now I feel like also the same could be said for like Vernon, Anita, and Danny and Andre now. I feel like even the show as a whole, to me, they are investing more in Andre. So, I also really love the scene that him and Anita had. Like, I thought that that was like a chef's kiss moment. Y'all already know this. I talk about this often. They always say it's good to kind of talk about your people who have died. You know what I'm saying? So for me personally, instead of keeping it in, I do acknowledge that. So for him to, and that's where I really connect with the story of how they're writing Andre too, to have the space to really, talk about his parents. Like sometimes you need that. And people I've noticed when you're dealing with someone who lost their parent, especially those who maybe lost them a little bit younger. One, people are afraid of death and they don't like talking about it. And two, they also appear as though, like, squeamish, like they don't want to hurt your feelings or like bring up anything that's going to upset you. At the end of the day, the death of your parent or parents are always going to upset you because they're not here anymore. But sometimes it does feel better just to talk about them because it's
Yeah.
also, a sense of remembering them and giving them that
Absolutely.
light.
And oftentimes you don't do it unless people give you the space.
Because you be
Like
scared.
you be scared. You legit be scared. And y'all, like, I've lost my dad. Ashley has lost her mom. And like that's something that we talked about before too, as far as like, is this a safe space to bring it up?
Hmm.
Because everybody's like, oh, you should be over it. Oh, you should do that.
You'll
Like
never get over
you
it.
gonna you love them the whole time they was here, baby. You gonna miss them the whole time that they not.
The
Like, what do you mean?
What do you mean? The whole freaking time. Like it's like the thing is I always tell people you never get over it. You just learn how to cope with it.
Mm-hmm.
You're not
Right.
delusional.
Yep. And the way you were able to see in Andre too, because it's like it's and how I contribute to it is like it's a childlike vulnerability.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And I feel like both Anita and Vernon gave him the opportunity to let that out without judgment. And it was
Yep.
beautiful to watch.
Yep. And it's beautiful. And also like
And we learned
eh,
their names. Stan and I.
yes, Stan and Iris. And also sometimes I do feel like certain elders give you the certain space to talk about your parents. You know what I'm saying? They kind of get it. Like it's not like they get it, but they understand that you need that older presence, for a moment.
Agreed.
Um, and that's what I felt like, God, that's what I felt like Anita was doing. And I just was all in my feels. And, like, I was just like, wow, like, this is just so great. And, just him being, like, it's kind of like when they be like, now, baby, you part of our family now, too. Like, it's like, we ain't gonna take over you. We know that those your parents, but we love
But
you
you
too
got
now.
love there too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, like I loved it. I love the investment in Andre. I love getting to know about him a little bit more. And also like Danny and Andre just make me so happy. Like they freaked out. They have great communication. They talk about like everything. Even when it's hard topics, they talk about it. And I think that's what engrosses me to them even more. And now you got Vernon on board, Anita on board. I said, I know that's right. I know y'all gonna kill off my couple one day. You know what I'm saying? And they'll probably circle back, a couple of years later. It's good. I'm not stupid, but I'm gonna enjoy this
I'm gonna
while as
enjoy it.
much as I can.
And I think they know we enjoy it
Yeah.
because like yeah, give like let us have it right now.
Yeah. Like
Like
don't
they're so cute.
they're so freaking cute. Oh my God. But I also did love the idea, that Vernon had for Anita because it's different. And I do if you've been married that long, you just gotta be different. I don't know. Their scenes, them four together or them two together, certain two together, it always looks amazing to me. And also Danny was picking up vibes too from her mother that something ain't right. So she was getting that as well. So I wonder if it's gonna be Danny or Nicole, or if Danny's gonna tell Nicole, I think something is up with mom. You know what I'm
Nicole
saying?
gonna see her at the hospital.
Huh?
Danny gonna tell Nicole something up, and then Nicole gonna see her at the hospital.
Yes, like it has to it gotta be something. You know what I'm saying? So we'll definitely I'm anticipating that. And then also like Joey tried to get Bill to run for Congress and he's like, no, no, no. Like I know what you're doing, but he did chuckle at it for a little bit. Also I'm starting to think I do still like Vanessa, but I'm starting to think she's doing the most.
Mm.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. It's
Okay.
almost, I have a thing about women begging men. I do have a little bit, I have a thing about that. And that's just me, and that's just being real. And it's, to me, it's starting to feel like she's low key begging Joey a
Mm.
little bit, but I'm also giving Vanessa grace because she could talk a game all she wants to, but at the end of the day, she did lose her husband. She is still grieving. They had some sort of, agreement and things of that nature, but it's still looking like, why are you so obsessed with just being like out and about? Why are you so obsessed with his business? Like, it just feels like instead of pouring into yourself and your grief in order to move forward, you instantaneously jump to Joey to like not really, work on that. Not even with yeah, even just like, I think he mentioned her kids and she didn't even really like, I'm damned if I do, damned if you don't. Yeah, girl, your husband just died a couple of months ago. What are we talking about
Mhm.
here? Of course you're gonna get looked at crazy. What did you
He also has to realize you put her in that position.
That's true
Like
too.
she's clinging to what she know now, and unfortunately, Joey is all she knows
Yeah.
left.
Well, yeah, that's all that's left. I do agree with that. And I'm starting to think too, it's a touch of it's starting to be like also an obsession with power.
And I'm glad you mentioned that because I felt like that too.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it's like a lot of that, swirled up in there also with, the death. So um now Kat and Tomas thoughts.
I reached for my cup. It ain't even nothing right here. Like they don't have it for me.
No, no, and everybody says it. I remember people were so excited when we got the pictures in the beginning before it aired, and they had a ship name and everything, and everybody is over it.
I think they even over it.
Word, word. Like they give me nothing. I can't necessarily say that about Isaiah and Eva though. I
Well,
do
they ain't even
feel
really spicy.
that's the thing. And I feel like Kat needs someone spicy too. I think we both said this. She needs somebody to just put, girl. Like,
Yes, like they go into the kisses tongue out. And you
yeah, ready to go.
like it be so ready. I had a conversation with one of my friends and she was like, I don't even like Eva. I'm team Cat, but I like them. And I was like, yeah, they make it so you ain't got no choice but to like
I
them.
mean, she on damn near every like, there is also a real conversation going on around too about like why some people don't like Kat and also why some people don't like Eva. So
Mm,
I saw the conversation with Kat that people don't like her just because like she's rich and a socialite. She says what she says. She's confident, and then also the same thing for like Eva. Like she's confident, says what she says, but also she came from a certain type of background that people may not be comfortable with. Like, why
yeah,
do you think that you could just do all of this? And they feel like she needs to be humbled. My thing, I've always said I liked Eva in the beginning more so now because it looked like she was in between a rock and a hard place, but then it started to progress into being an enabler of Leslie Dana Honolulu and kind of like waffling back and forth. And then also it just kind of started to be like she throws the rock and hide her hand because a lot of the times those, dupers that she is related to or Ted, they never see what she says, but they always see what Kat says. And that was like a lot too of like my issue, but I thought that it was a good conversation in discourse. I really try not to be on the discourse about Kat and Eva because, like, I just, don't because I'm not arguing with people that I don't know, and I
yeah,
stand by that.
I feel
So,
that. I feel that. And I feel like a lot of people are you have to be one or the other. Like you
mhm.
don't.
You
Like you don't.
don't. Yeah, because I feel like I would still be liking Eva the way that I used to if, like, she had some consequences. She really held her mother accountable. Like I feel like I would have been fine. Like I didn't like Tomas. So her sleeping with him, it was messed up towards Kat, of course, but I was just like, good, get this man, let him go somewhere else type of thing. So like, but yeah, that was like a good conversation. So, but I was happy that Kat said that she didn't really feel like it was the right to, move forward in that capacity, but I don't know. And then also I feel like she was right to voice her concerns about Bill. She grew up with Bill. She knows what he's about. So I could kind of see her being a little bit wary of her, significant other wanting to be just like her uncle, who she knows was a cheater, ruthless in the bedroom, and sometimes just like yeah, does a whole bunch of stuff that's really not necessary. But I also didn't
Yeah.
like it how he flipped it to be like, well, every time I tell you something, you always make me feel bad. I was like, but I feel like she's showing concern. I don't know. Did you have any thoughts on that?
No, I feel like she's also showing concern, but I feel like I don't want to say Kat is weary of everybody, but Kat, she she looks at what the bad people can do before she look at the good. Like she's like,
Um,
well, we got to brace ourselves because we don't forget that. Like she's like, I don't want to say she waits for the other shoe to drop, but she's aware that it can always happen.
low key, a little bit of catastrophic thinking, a little bit like let me think of the worst in order to prepare myself.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I prepare myself than be like surprised when it happened and I didn't.
but you know what? That could also be a trigger from everything that happened with Ted. Because I do feel like she was a lot more confident and she was a lot more secure.
This
You
can be
see,
her trauma response,
yep.
and that's raw as hell. If y'all
Mhm.
are acting this out like that too,
I would hope so because I think it'd be great.
like that's a great connection. Like
Yeah.
it shows that everything is related.
Yeah, like, because I don't feel like Kat was this like questioning herself this much.
Hmm.
And now all of it, she does it all the time now. And
Yeah, like
just,
even in the conversation that she had, what was it, last week or the week before with Danny? It was like, what do I
yep.
do if somebody come and try to take him from me? You know,
Yeah, let him because
that
he wasn't
bad.
for you. But yeah, so yeah. And then Nicole and Carlton have a date. I'm kind of curious, like, how is this gonna work, with Kyle? Like, is it a triangle about to pop off, a hexagon, octagon, like, with Shanice and Ted and Kyle and Carlton, or is it just gonna be Kyle, Carlton and Nicole? Like, what? Because Ted still be looking at her. So, I don't know where we're going. I think that it was nice to see her loosen up a bit, You're starting to
Hmm.
see that a little bit more, but yeah. Do you have any thoughts on the date?
I don't think so.
Ooh.
Is that me? It was nice. Okay, because how I said it was me, y'all. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I think the concept of the date was nice.
Yeah, yeah.
It was it was very
Let
they
me
had
meet
a
her where
spicy
she's
kiss
at.
too. They had a spicy kiss too.
Yeah, yeah, they did.
Like they had a very spicy kiss. It was cute. And I right, meet her where she's at. So like very much so like low key chill, which is
Hmm.
like the Nicole type. Like I don't think Nicole is like paparazzi, like that for her was a version of a grand gesture.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah. So, I still got some questions, but we'll definitely see, where this is going.
But now she
Also,
has a possibility of a few suitors. So
yes. And her ex-husband's still looking at her. So, I don't know.
the needs, but
Oh my goodness. I had to say to Leslie Dana Honolulu Sherry at that damn, Orpha Jeans, I should say. And her freaking attitude to not only Naomi, but especially Samantha was wild to me. And nobody said anything. Naomi didn't say anything. June didn't say anything.
nobody ever says anything. It's like almost like they scared of her. But
Yes.
I feel like they gonna run her out the town like with a scarlet letter.
Please.
Like when it
Please do.
happens, it's gonna just be like a really big thing to humble her. I hope so.
I hope so too, because I was low-key fuming. And then I'm like, Eva, even though she wasn't there at the time, she said a little bit, but I'm just like, I need you to stand 10 times firm because if Samantha didn't come to you about this and then you didn't tell Leslie Dana Honolulu, who just wants, recognition, she's not even doing it for the mission of what Samantha was doing it, or even Eva. So, because Eva agreed with Samantha's take on it.
Mm.
But, I didn't like the way she spoke to her. And, I was just like, as other adults are around, and I know June could be a little bit, skittish about everything, still trying to get to know, not, to overstep. So I get it, but like even Naomi, and I just felt like she let, Leslie Dana Honolulu talk to her any type of way. Like it was just skeevy. It was just like I was she just gets on my last damn nerve. Like
That's the one.
but I have to say too, and also with that, I did kind of like her and Malone. Like
Yeah, like I don't know, like he gives me, I smoke 2 packs a day. I'm rough around the edges, like, and that's what she need.
that
Like,
is exactly what she needs. I feel like it might be a cat and mouse game with
yeah,
them two. And I think like this might be the story to actually get people back into Dana Anna Leslie Lulu's corner a little bit. So I'm open for it. Also, Jacob and Isaiah mentioned their mom again, Darlene, who is a 911 worker. Um there were some people I also saw too that some people were like, "Oh, I wish there was another, family, maybe Joey's." And in my mind, I said, absolutely not. I'd rather it be the Hawthorne family that is another family. And if you, want, I don't really feel like we need Joey's family, but if you want to have Joey have a
I mean,
family, have it be Ashley.
his mom passed.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he had an ex-wife that they mentioned. I don't think they said anything about kids for him. But
No.
like you said, you do have Ashley's family. Like you have Ashley, you have Jane,
Mm-hmm.
and Jane and Vanessa are sisters, right? Or
No,
they
that's her maid, I thought.
oh,
Yeah. Yeah, she works for her.
I reached for my cup, it wasn't there.
Like, oops, I think she works for
I'm like,
her.
are they related?
But even just with Jan and Ashley, that's enough because we still was speculating that maybe that could be the pappy. And
Mm.
I wouldn't mind it going that way versus bringing
Mm.
someone new on the canvas.
I can see that.
hmm I'm more so for the Hawthorne family. I'm intrigued by their mama. I want to know what she's about, and also intrigued by Luke. Like I want Luke to
Yep.
come. I want to see what
Yeah, we
he's
keep trying to figure
about.
out how he fits.
Yeah, like what is your dynamic? You know what I'm saying? So like I always enjoy Jacob and Isaiah scene. So like, you know, I don't know, they just like I always say this, they just vibe off well off each other. So like
Yeah.
I'm definitely looking forward to that. And then also we had Bill and Danny again. But I also felt like it was also more point of view. It mixed in the bad and the good. And then I think like that was a good balance. Like
Yeah.
it was honesty there. I felt like Danny didn't hold back any punches. I was drinking all the time. I was very unhappy, but also noting that, we didn't have bad times in the beginning. This is how it was. Sorry, excuse me. This is how it was like when we were starting off and all of that stuff. So
Yeah.
I didn't mind it. And I just feel like Danny's like in a different place. So even though Bill is like whimpering, it's just really good to see Danny like accepting where she's at. And even if I might have some feelings for Bill, I'm really happy with Andre and I'm happy that this is my husband. Like that's what it gives.
Same.
And all right, the last part. So it was confirmed, they left off on Friday with Anita having cancer. And it did felt like we mentioned Tony Gary early and everything stopped. It felt the same way, like with her. I don't know if it's the directing cues. I know damn well it's the acting because Miss Tooney ain't playing. But it's just so much, I don't know. It's just so much raw emotions there. Like it's just
Yeah.
like past the tissues.
I think because Anita has been established as the matriarch since February, like everybody has seen her as this strong pillar in not only the, community, but like for her family,
hmm
that I feel like she has resonated so much with like how us as viewers can be like, look at grandma. Like, oh, we
Yeah.
just love her. Oh, she's just so elegant. Oh, she's so classy. Oh, look how she
hmm
shows up. And she's fit that role for so many people.
Yep.
So now that it's a possibility of, her being sick and what's going to happen, we as viewers are like, oh, not Anita. Oh, y'all ain't finna do this with Anita, baby. Oh, like we embodied that. And we've talked about before how, like, so characters, these are cousins, these are aunties, these
Yeah.
are uncles, like we're extended family. So for us, we was like, Oh my God, he didn't took Luke and he trying to take Anita. Like that's
Lord.
literally how you responding as a viewer. So it's heavy because for us it's like, uh, we gonna have to go through this. Like
Not another one, Lord. Not
not
another
another one,
one.
Lord. You just doing it, Lord. Like that's literally as a viewer how everybody is like responding.
Where people was like, I'm just so sad.
Just like I just this is a you be like this too much. Like this I just can't take no more. That's literally how it
Like,
is.
this is a lot. Riveting soap work. I completely agree with that. Like, and everyone goes to Anita. Like, everyone
That's
goes
the
to her.
one.
Maybe except for Martin, because Martin and Vernon are like this. But she's such a staple, and you're right. Like, it's just been like, that's the go-to elder. You talk to her, and you feel better about things. We've seen Chelsea talk to her, we've seen Kat talk to her, you've seen Naomi talk to her, you've seen, both of her daughters. Like, you've seen everybody. Now you got Andre talking to her too. You want to take away the mainstay? Stop doing that. Like, you stop it right now. So yeah, like, I'm engrossed. I'm there. Shout out to Miss Tooney again. She masterclass in soapdom. She knows her work, and I'm just excited for it. So we'll
Yeah.
continue. Oh, I almost forgot to mention really quickly. Now, this is the real last topic of BTG. Do you have any thoughts like on Vernon warning Andre about Bill?
I think it shows how much he likes Andre.
Again, I
Because like when Andre was like, they're over that, da 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 da. And Vernon was like, I hope so. Like he was allowing Andre telling Andre be realistic.
yes, yes.
I think it was like him letting Andre know like I like you, bro. Like keep your eyes open.
Yes, yes, exactly, exactly. So, and also because I mean, and Vernon was like very clear and concise. He was like, oh, he feels some type of way basically because Danny's happy. So,
Yeah,
like, just so you
that's
know what I'm
really what it
saying?
is.
Yep, just giving you the warning. All right, moving right on along to Bold and the Beautiful. Well, Bold and what they do, same ish. Basically, like Bill and Katie, they got married. I don't have anything to say about that, but okay for them. Love that for them. Also Eric and Ridge, they really like called the truce, and he really like retired. I don't know. I felt like they gave insight on him. Also, they were very excited that they didn't have to go to the wedding, by the way.
Yeah,
But also, I do feel like it could have been a lot more, but I do feel like they had the whole week for, Eric to really dig and the week before to really dig into, retirement and,
mm,
what that looks like for him. It could have been a little bit more. Yes, I do agree that it could have been drawn out just a little bit more of a story. I feel like it was just like 2, 3 weeks, 3 weeks tops on it. But more could have been done. And then also, Taylor lets Deacon in that Sheila visited him, and she's happy that she didn't crash it. But it still led to Deacon being like, just for her to have a thought, it's like it looks to
yeah,
me as though he's like, I thought she really changed, and
yeah.
she's still doing things like this. Uh,
I mean, I'm not surprised though. Like I think you had said either last week or the week before. She was like, "You changed your name, but you always gonna be Sheila Carter." Like, it's not gonna be anything that's different.
Nope. It really just isn't, because I don't feel like Sheila has really done the work.
Yeah,
She's been in counseling, you know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like, Lauren Finmore ain't never gonna forgive her, but has she truly confronted stealing that woman's baby? Has she truly confronted, Pum Pewing Taylor when she meant to Pum Brooke? There's a lot. Don't even get me started on her Pew Pew, her own son Finn and Steffi, and then making it look like a robbery. Like, mind blown. Yeah, Sheila. Yeah, I don't know. Then also like we know too, Bill gifted Katie her own fashion house, so you already know what that means. Deke is gonna come over there. It's written. You know what I'm saying? It is basically written. So. Katie is acting like she's undecided, but we know she ain't. So she gonna leave it, and that's just that.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, like okay. And then last but not least, they fired Deke. I did feel a little bit bad for him. I'm not gonna hold you.
How do you feel like he's going to respond?
I think he's taking it with grace.
Okay.
Um, I know he's severely hurt,
Yeah.
but also in the same token, I agree with Thomas and Zende. They're foresters. Like they want to work themselves up to where Eric is now, and it took, I mean Eric, Ridge took Ridge 60 years to get there. So like, I kind of see, and also they had seniority. So
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, that's a good point too.
yeah, they're going to take it over. And some people are like, well, maybe he could have been an intern, but sometimes people don't want to take interns after they've graduated. So like, it's just, a different type of playing field. Like, so for me, I get it. Like, if family businesses tend to want to keep their families in the business, and people always talk about them actually being Maronis. No, Eric claims them, so they're Foresters, and that's just, what it is. So. But I just know that Katie's gonna hire Deke, and then it's gonna be a fashion war, and they haven't had that in a minute, And I do feel like Brooke is gonna start to, feel some type of way. I think she's act like she's okay, and she may be okay at first, but then I do believe it's gonna change. So, yeah, we shall see about that, and then. Moving on down to days. So EJ is also kidnapped. The Damaras are so funny to me because they instantaneously was just like, it was you. Why are you in here?
You know, y'all couldn't have told me that EJ did not plan that himself, but I digress. It was not EJ. EJ did not kidnap himself and his family.
Yes, it wasn't him. Maybe. We still gotta see. Also the powdery substance, with Stephanie or whatever. I don't really care about that story. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I don't. It just doesn't, I don't know. It just, yeah. Um, I was just like into it once Jada was there. I'm sorry, that was because I love me some Jada. So what I also thought was cool, of course, like Johnny is conflicted when he knows that his father is missing and he thinks about taking over, Demira.
Yeah.
So I know that put Chanel kind of like in a hard spot too because she really doesn't want anything to do. But then again, if his father is missing and that's their legacy, Theo's missing, Chad is missing, Chris is missing, Tony's missing, they all missing. So like it just
And they
makes the
together.
logical.
They
Yeah.
having a family reunion.
Oh, they really are. They really are. So, I don't know. How would you feel like if I would have to take a step back and just be like, fine.
Yes, but I also would have to check like what my motive is. If my motive is concern because I'm like, well, if you step into this role, you're also Demira, it could be a possibility of you missing too at some point. Or if it's
That's
like
true.
a selfish reason, I just don't want you to be around this. Like that's different too.
Yeah, I didn't even.
So I think
I
the motive got to be checked.
yeah, I didn't even think about that. That is so true. Yeah, I agree. Also, I think Chanel's pregnant.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with her. She's pregnant. So that's that. Man, can you imagine having two kids under two? God be with her. I want a black maternal health story so bad. I also have to say too, I love when they give me Ari and Kate. I think I just love the family connection. Like I said this before, Ari is like literally connected to everyone. Like I don't think, well, maybe like maybe Mike on General Hospital. Besides that, I don't really feel like there's another character who has so many different connections. She's a
Okay.
Horton, she's a Brady, like she's a Roberts, like she's a Hernandez. I feel like every single major family on that series she has some relation to, even with the blacks, like
Yeah, I was gonna say she a black.
yeah, like it's like everything. So I did enjoy those scenes. I do hope that they give her more of a story. I feel like she really deserves it and she should definitely have it. And she took some advice from her great grandma. She told her mama no. So Yeah, we're gonna, see how that works out. She gonna work for the Damaras, and also Tate decided not to go on his trip to Paris. I'm sorry, you got a 1.9, you ain't going nowhere, bruh. Granted, you can't see when you get into college, your parents can't see it. But let me find out. He was only staying because, Brady talking about,
Yeah.
yeah, I think he just felt bad. And I think Brady just automatically assumed that he would be staying. And it just put Tate in a real predicament. So, but he put family first, and his sister is
He
going through
did.
something. So, let me be there. I also did really like the talk that Marlena and Belle had about Rachel's predicament and where where Melina feels that she messed up. I do like. I kind of like seeing it. Helena and I know
Okay.
Helena, Marlena. Where did that come from? Marlena in a kind of like this different light, like because she's like, I don't know, the all hell precipice of days of our lives since Alice Horton isn't here. You know what I'm saying? Like, she is that girl, because Hope isn't there like that. Like the other girlies who are really those girls too aren't on there. She's the
Yeah.
last one from
Yeah.
the 80s. So and also, Julie's just in her own right. So I just want to state that cleaning here. Like, Julie's just in her own right. So not comparing at all. But yeah, so I just thought that that was really good. Did you have any particular thoughts on that chat combo?
Not necessarily. Y'all, I'm gonna keep saying that, and it's not even being mean. But I just feel like I think a lot of the conversations that's been planned on not only days, but like on the other soap operas right now has been like a lot of realistic conversations.
Yeah.
So I appreciate that settlement of it. Like, and I think that's too, like, it's been a lot more conversations versus drama.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes,
So I
true.
noticed that. Maybe that's why.
Mhm. It could be some more family building,
Yeah.
restructuring, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like laying the groundwork, maybe,
Yeah.
for the drama.
Yeah. Cause like the Bill situation has been like really off and on. And then even with how she felt bringing EJ around, like remember, like I think it was after John's death, EJ had came to the house, right? And Marlena was,
Yeah, like what?
and he like, I'm trying to check on Bill. So it was like a type of situation.
Yeah, like a push and pull. You gotta admit, I understood Marlena too, because it was kind of weird. Like he was married to your sister. They have two kids together. You also know everything that he's done. So I definitely, got her on that. Plus, Marlena is still mourning the death of John. Like you could see, like she'll look at a picture. You could tell when she's thinking of him. I don't really think she was like in her right mindset either when she agreed with Kristen. But also I can't take away too, like it was still Marlena's choice to not tell Brady. You know what I'm saying? So I don't.
And I'm wondering too, like, because when we had talked about it, as far as like, Marlena had her own health things going on, and then you were put in the role of a clinician and a grandmother at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like
Yikes.
you have multiple hats that you were wearing, and I think in the moment you put the wrong one on. So it's
Yeah.
like you're not being punished for it, but they're trying to check and have conversations with you to make sure you're aware.
Yes, 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 exactly. Um, yeah, I definitely agree with that. Yeah.
So maybe I
Yeah.
did have an opinion on it, y'all.
But that's hard to wear a lot of hats. Like she's a grandmother, she wants to make sure that I don't know. That's a rough spot to be in.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Oh, and then the last one. Peter Blake is finally in the mix. He was taken on Friday. It was revealed that he was there. So we're gonna see what and I just know from what I heard about Peter Blake, and I've always wanted him to come back. I heard he was so diabolical. So like I just want to see what this man is really gonna bring to the table. At
Mhm.
one point, I always felt like Kristen was a lot like Stefano. But I also think too, like, and I know Stefano did manipulate a lot of his children to get them to do what he wanted to do and mischief and things of that nature, and that goes for Kristen and Peter Blake as well. So I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued, and we're definitely gonna see, where this goes with his crazy self. I may have to do like some redigging because the last time I saw Preview Break was in 1998, and
Mm.
yeah,
'Cause I was gonna say the only Peter I know is Griffin or Peter August.
yeah.
So I'm
Yeah, what this Peter is. No, he was diabolical. The story of him and Jennifer, I think, was freaking crazy too. I mean, I have to admit, who they had last time, Dan Gunther is fine too, but who they had last time back then in 19, I think his name was Jason Brooks. He was fine as well too.
and I feel like I haven't seen Dan on screen
In
like
so long.
in so long.
Oh, he's back, girl.
In so long.
He,
So
he is back. Okay, and then moving on, Gentle Hospital. Was waiting for my girl Tracy to come back, but it didn't really have the effect of what I thought. And I think maybe that's just because also in that moment she was just being a mom. She was concerned about her son. She wanted to, of course she was upset that they didn't say anything. I don't know. I just thought it was gonna be like more. But at the end, it was also nice to see Ned, Brooklyn, Gio, and Tracy like
together as a
you,
unit.
yeah, whole,
Together, not apart.
yeah, word. We haven't said that, but we need to get some of that stuff back. Yeah. What did you think about them telling her about his ordeal?
um, I mean, I feel like a lot of everything that happened with Ned's heart attack was taken away from me when we didn't have hospital scenes. When we
Yes.
didn't see him in the hospital, like as a viewer, I was over it.
Hmm.
So I understand Tracy being over it too. Cause
Yeah.
like not everybody at home. Okay.
Yep. Yeah. 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 That would. I think it would have been some amazing scenes,
It's
and
y'all, the show was called General Hospital and y'all do everything but be at the hospital. Like
oh
that's why I literally be like in Port Charles, like on this week's episode of Port Charles, because it's more so like everything that's accompanied from the town itself, not the
yeah,
hospital.
not the hospital at all. They missed a moment. They really did miss a moment. It could have been great because I do feel like
Like he couldn't need
Amanda's.
the surgery. Like they running around trying to get him some
We
like
used to even see the surgeries. We don't even see none of that no
yes,
more.
like
Wow. That's a bummer. But yeah, I can definitely understand that. Also, Charlotte actually confided, I forgot who she confided with. I think it was Danny, that she doesn't even know if she would go with her papa. And I felt like that was a real moment of kind of like, whoa, like you don't know if you would go, Charlotte? Like she loved that man beyond belief. I was kind of like surprised that she mentioned that.
but I think it also plays into this character of Charlotte, like how, you know,
She's
like
growing.
even with the recast too, like
Hmm.
even with the recast of Emma, like the connections are still there, but I think how the actresses portray those connections are different.
Yes.
Like I think is not necessarily stepping into how everything was before, but this is how I'm owning the role now.
Hmm.
And me in this role, I don't really like that. And I want to think about it. Like the maturity aspect of it.
Yeah. Yeah. She is really like becoming like a teen. So I do love it. She's one of my favorite teenagers, Charlotte. I feel like there's so much that they could do with that character, and I think that's what really makes me excited. She's a Spencer and a
Yeah.
Castanine. And that's a crazy match. Like, I don't care what nobody say. That's insane. So
Yeah.
I definitely want to see where she could go with that. Rocco got community service because Dalton lied. There's no proof. So thank God for that. I love Rocco too.
Dalton lied. Then Dalton died.
They got rid of that character like that. That's what they don't get me started on. We still don't even we know who Pum Pum Jagger, but don't
I was
nobody
gonna
else
say
know. That was such a
Jagger.
fumble. That was such a fumble.
And I hate that it was a character that came back that got that disrespect the way.
Yes, he had chemistry with Ava too, and also people be like, he got an autistic son out there who don't even know because we don't, and we just like, don't get me started.
You see, I'll be was quiet and start scratching my head.
Don't get me started on Pikeman either. Jeez. But someone overhears also Michael and Tracy talking. As long as it's not Willow or Drew, I don't even care. Like, I'm so tired of Willow and Drew. Like, they're just too much. And I'm so tired of, you know what? We'll get there in a minute. We will get there in a
Like you
minute.
say, I'm so tired of Natasha, but Natasha ain't came out.
No, I'm
Until
so
we,
tired of shit. She didn't come out. You got me on now. It's like I'm so tired of Natasha not doing anything about it. Like that's what I was about to say. Like no, because and also like Drew is pissing me off to the point that I just want Alexis to just go and tell Scout, you know, your daddy, he is being ruthless to us. He doesn't want you to see us. I'm gonna give you my number. If anything happens, call me because I couldn't do it anymore. Like
they using
dangling.
that baby as a well, I ain't even gonna say they. He's using
He's
that baby as a bargaining chip.
yep.
Like,
And I hate that for them. Like, because it's such desperation to be a part, you know, of Scout's life because of the death of her mom. And he refuses or doesn't care to see it.
yeah.
Like, bruh. Yeah, pissing me off. I also have to admit, like, one scene that I loved it so much was Lulu and Charlotte scene.
Mhm.
I I loved it because I felt like Charlotte was truly a teen. She had the space and opportunity to express herself. Lulu was able to take it all in, and I feel like she validated her, confirmed her, let her know how much she loved her. And now go upstairs so I could cry because I'm so hurt that I'm not home for you too. But she didn't let her see it, you know, and I was just like,
Yeah.
that's a real parent. I don't know if it's just collect
And I think that's it for me too. Like, oftentimes these kids are put into positions that they're not able to act in the vulnerability of children. And in
hmm
that scene, you was able to see like the softer side.
And also just like how much parents do hurt too, as well. Like it hurts to know that your kid is like, I may have to go with my dad. I'm sorry. I love you too, but that he is all I knew for a very long time. And I'm happy that they also explored that too, because he is all that Charlotte knew for a very long time. And then the next thing you knew, she finds out that that's her mom. They're trying to build a relationship. Then she gets into a coma. Now she's just visiting her all the time when she's in a coma. So they really didn't have the time to build that. They're still like building that. And
Yeah.
I think it affects Lulu too that she wasn't able to be a mom to her. Like, I don't think people look at it like both of Lulu's children, like one, she didn't know that they they existed at first. So that's one. And two, like they were both conceived in very much like not okay ways. Like both of
Yeah.
her eggs were stolen, basically. You know,
Yeah.
and she had no idea. So she's trying to figure out like how to be a mom too. Shout out to Alexa Havens. Put some respect on her name. I think she did an amazing job with that. And like, girl, like just keep it up. I know people say Lulu get on my nerves. Yeah, Lulu gets on people's nerves, but a great scene is a great scene. A great acting is great acting.
I agree.
So yeah.
I agree.
Mm-mm. And that's just what it is. Brad came back and him and Britt reconnected, of course. Their scenes do be cute though. They're funny together.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Like the friendship of them is
Yes.
really
She's
cute.
like, I gotta think about that. You said them too. Yes. Okay. When they're together. Yes. Because Britt could be a lot. Like I feel
Like
like
separate.
they reverted her character to how she was like when she first came back and kind of eliminated any type of growth that she had.
Mhm.
So like I get that, but it is enjoyable, you know, when those two are around. So,
I agree.
um and also, well, Lulu told Britt to stay away. I mean, but that was Rocco. That was Rocco. But I still get it. Britt is the adult. I asked you not to have any communication with him. Just don't even respond to him. Like, but it still makes it hard because it's like he's a teen. You don't want it,
Mhm.
it's yeah. If anything, I probably would have been like, you know, your mom doesn't want us to speak, but I'm happy that everything worked out type of
But
thing.
she be, I don't understand what the problem is. Like in her head, that's her son. And
And
like,
where did
yes,
that
you
come from?
delivered him. Like you delivered him, you helped get him here. Off a
Mm-hmm.
lie, off of like that's not Ben, that's Rocco. And I think it's very hard for her to separate the two.
Yes,
But that's not
definitely.
of any fault of anybody else. That's the key.
That's on you, girl. Like, yes, yes. Completely agree. And I mean the trial started, but I think it's boring. I don't feel like it's as good as like the custody trial that they had or when Trina was on trial. So it's just whack right now. Maybe it'll be juiced up when Portia's on the stand, but and speaking of Portia, Isaiah knows Portia is pregnant. I think that's when it's gonna get like hot and spicy. So yeah. I do like Isaiah and Portia together. Isaiah is just a better character than Curtis. I think Curtis is judgmental, a hypocrite, and he doesn't treat black women well. I'm sorry I said it. So in my eyes, he doesn't. You can think different. That's okay.
And I feel like y'all can't even be like, oh my God, I can't believe she said that. She said it multiple times. If you ain't heard it yet,
I don't
like
know what to tell you. And so I gotta drill it in.
she's sticking to it. Like,
Yeah, I say that all the time. Do y'all know me? Like I can't stand them, and I'm gonna say it every single time. But like I had to do it on TikTok too. I'm like, I don't just so we're aware. Any other thoughts?
no.
Okay. Okay, a real quick question. Do you have any storyline that you really liked of 2025?
Oh, the whole year?
Hmm.
Oh, she didn't even prep me for this one. Like, we didn't talk about this.
I
Okay, let
know.
me
I meant
think.
to
I
text you
love
last
it. I
night.
love that though. Uh all shows a storyline that had me standing up at the TV.
I'm surprised you didn't say when Michael came back.
No. I don't even think it's GH. Like I'm literally going through.
The months, right?
Yeah, like I don't think it's GH. I would say BTG and the country club, the bars. Remember the bars
Yeah.
from when everything came out with Aunt Dana, Honolulu, Sherry,
Yes.
and everybody had bars. Like
Girl,
everybody, like
Kate.
the bars went crazy
Ugh. I said
for
Kate.
everybody.
Cat.
Cat bars went crazy.
Yes.
Like I
Cat
feel
went
like
in.
Nicole went off that first time.
Hmm.
Yeah, like I would say when that storyline finally hit.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna agree. For me, the best storyline literally was when the reveal. So after the reveal, that left a lot to be desired, just being truthful, but you couldn't tell me that that reveal of him cheating, the Leslie Dana Honolulu Sherry of it all, like all of that wasn't like top tierness. Like
Yeah,
I thought that was so soapy and it was just like everything I needed in life. Everything I needed. And with that, I know I always say this. I promise y'all, I'm gonna make time for Young and the Restless. Life just be lifing. So, but I'm definitely gonna try. Next week, I'm not sure if we will have an episode just because it is the holidays and like the episodes be slim and slim.
yeah. I
So
think the
we
next 2 weeks are gonna be unless y'all want to get on here and we all talk about days because they're the only ones that's gonna have shows.
do you know Days is taping all the way up to October 2026 right now? They're currently taping October 2026. Currently. It's just like, yo, Days, you're wild for that. So, but
I
thank you. I
couldn't
get to see
do
my stories
any,
every day.
but I feel like with them, I wouldn't be able to do any interviews because I'd be like, "What do
No.
y'all know? What do y'all
Yes.
do now?"
Low key, I feel like when we interviewed Raven, that was what she was just like, where we at now? I'm like, yeah, because y'all tape almost a year in advance. Like, wow, yeah. Oh man. So what if you don't see us next week, that's why, because episodes are slim. It's not too much happening. I will post and let you guys know as well what we decide to do. But I just also want to take the moment to just, wish everyone, if you celebrate, having a happy Merry Christmas. If you do Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. If you do Kwanzaa, happy Kwanzaa. I'm mixing up all in there. Happy holidays, and I really hope that the year 2026 is one that is prosperous to you and all of us. And I do hope that we continue to give content that you enjoy and can really watch. And we appreciate all the support. A lot of things have happened with Soapwire that I didn't necessarily expect. So shout out to Jeree, especially for that, and Neen for, co-hosting with me. This has been, a great time. I got a purse from BTG. Shout out to y'all. Y'all doing it over there. I hope you know that any commentary is all love because we're obsessed with it too. So just keeping that, quiet and clear. So of course, like you can always follow us on Soapwire. TikTok is soap.wire, Instagram soap_wire. And also in Blue Sky, it's just Soapwire. You don't have to worry about anything. For me, you can follow me on TikTok. It is lady 2 Ys underscore ASA 312. Lady 2 Ys underscore ASA 312 on IG, and what's that other one? And TikTok, and then it's just lady no underscore ASA on the bad place. No, on Blue Sky. Sorry, I got tripped up there, y'all.
It's so many.
Nee.
For me, Instagram, Neen underscore Amanda or Neen underscore the therapist. Twitter, Kiss My underscore Neen. Blue Sky, Neen Amanda, no underscore, no nothing. Um, TikTok, Neen underscore Amanda.
Yep. And that is where we close our show. So thank you so much. Once again, happy holidays, happy new year. I hope it's joyous for you and your family, or if you're celebrating by yourself, I hope you have a good time with that. And also, if you're dealing with seasonal depression, know that we are here with you. And on top of that, too, if you're missing someone special on the holidays, please know that we definitely get that as well. So happy holidays. We wish you nothing but the best, and we'll see you in 2026. That sounds crazy. And on that note, bye.
Yeah.